Nearly a century after the end of the American Civil War, African Americans still found themselves fighting for their fundamental rights. In December 1955, Rosa Parks, an African American, was commuting home by bus after a long workday. At the time, the segregation policy, the practice of separating people on the basis of race, was the norm in the US in public and private spaces, including on public transport. As an act of resistance, Rosa Parks did not give her seat up to a white man. This was the seed for what is now known as the Civil Rights Movement. Led by Martin Luther King Jr., the Civil Rights Movement was a struggle for social justice for Black Americans to gain equal rights under the law in the United States. Along with many white Americans, they began an unprecedented fight for equality that spanned 2 decades. Television was one of the essential weapons that allowed Americans to change their opinion about the movement. News about the protests, attacks, and campaigns permitted people from all over the states to get informed and join the cause. Without TV coverage, the status quo would have lasted for many more years. The movement drew children, teenagers, and young adults into a vortex of meetings, marches, violence, and in some cases, imprisonment. Their drive, along with that of millions of Americans, was crucial in the eventual passage of the Voting Rights Act, which prohibits discriminatory voting practices based on race and assures democracy and equality among all citizens. What you do this day will have an impact on children yet unborn.